What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, it's time to start addressing some problems that I've got with the old Chrysler Prowler here. This is my 2002 Prowler, and it just got back from Mako, where they did quite a bit, significant work. I mean, you can see it over there. Absolutely stunning, stunning car, beautiful car. I want to preface this by saying I'm not mad at Mako. There's no beef between us. People on YouTube love to make mountains out of molehills. Here's the thing. There are a few issues with this car, and I think a couple of them occurred at Mako. I'm not mad at them. I'm not throwing a raging fit. I'm not throwing them under the bus. They did a great job on the car. I am still exceptionally happy with it. But there are a couple little electrical quirks that we need to get worked out and figured out. I'm going to try to address one of them in this video. So let's have a look, shall we, and try to figure out what's going on. Tomorrow, or whenever, in another video coming soon, I've ordered, I think, just about every light for this car in LED format. So we're going to come back in another video. We're going to switch everything over to LED. And what prompted me to do this is this. I'm gonna turn the, well, you know what, the headlights don't work. Yeah, look at the lights. So when I tried to turn the headlights on, you see that? There it goes. Okay, I have managed to get the lights on by playing with the headlight switch. But if I turn the headlights all the way on, the lights go out. So now I have headlights, right? Now I've got, and I don't like those. Those are kind of a blue color. Look, if you're 17, that's cool, right? That's cool to have like blue headlights, man. But listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm 45. I'm over having colorful headlights. I don't care. I want bright white headlights. I want headlights that I can see 5 miles down the road. I want headlights that are gonna blind people and cause wrecks. That's what I want. I'm kidding. I don't want to cause wrecks, but I'm saying I want bright headlights. All right, these headlights suck, and they always have. It's got nothing to do with Mako. However, this, come on, come on. So you have a choice with this car now, and this is new. There we go. Oh boy. So now we have parking lights. All right, we have parking lights. Now there's no parking lights on the, or wait, yeah, there are. Okay, here's another problem. I totally forgot about this. So when Mako did this, and this is obviously, I didn't know half of what they were doing to this car, okay? But they drilled holes in this nose cone here, and then they added these little nubs. And while I get the nubs, I think they look absolutely horrible. Like, honestly, I love what Mako did. This, though, this is like, I don't know. I'm going to leave them because having turn signals on the front, well, it's important. And I guess these are now the front parking lights. I don't know if these act as turn signals, though, but they wired all this stuff in when they cut the wires to my original lights. If you look over here, this one is not on, but the other one is on. So that's got to be a wiring issue. You'll notice this one is really, really bright. This is super bright. But then when you get over here, this one is like, that one's barely lit. Like that one's in bad shape. All right. And the turn signals, that's another thing. I think there's a light that's supposed to be on that corner there. If there is, I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't know. We're going to adjust all these later. Somebody put LEDs in this. I need to clean these. There's overspray on these as well. We need to get that cleaned up. There's a little bit of work to do, and my turn signals don't work anymore. At least they don't work right. Whenever you turn the turn signals on, they go click, 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 like stupid fast. It's just it's rough. All right, so we have some work to do. Number one, we're going to come back in the next video of the Prowler. We're going to install the LED flasher module. You've got to have that if you're running LED lights, turn signals and parking lights and such. We are going to change all these lights out to LEDs. I don't know what this takes, so we're going to have to pop that. I'm kind of curious, though, what... Oh. So how do you get to the third brake light? Oh, you have to actually unbolt it? No way, dude. Are you serious? To change the bulbs on the third brake light, you'd have to... You know what? Screw that. Maybe it's already LED. What do you guys think? Okay, anyway, there's a lot to figure out, but I figured out that what they did is they stuck an LED light in the... Oh, you're kidding me. The hood shocks don't work. I didn't know that. It's always something with these cars, man. Anyway, on this side, what Mike and I found is there is an LED light bulb that's just kind of... wasn't even plugged in. It was just kind of... Hell, I can't even find it now. It's just sitting somewhere in here. It wasn't in. There it is. See, it's not in. Let's see if I can... It's hard to get my hands on the damn thing. There it is. Somebody put an LED light in here, but they didn't even put it back into the fender. It's just like sitting. You have to get it in there, and you got to... Oh, this is impossible. You got to get it in here, and you got to twist. And I can't do it because I don't know if you guys can see, but I literally have a hood crushing me from the top, and there's no room to get your hands down here and work. So, I did not realize that I needed hood struts. Oh, it's silver under here. Have I even opened the hood? I don't think I've opened the hood on this. I didn't realize that. It's silver under the hood. I'm going to need, unfortunately, to take these fenders off. That sucks. That really sucks. But that's what's going to have to happen. I need new hood struts. That also sucks. I'll have to find some and order those. We'll do that in another video as well. But I'm going to have to take these fenders off because the only way to get to this one is covered by air conditioning components. You got to take it off. So you got to get the hood up. You got to unbolt this fender, and it actually just slides and pops out. All right, so we're going to address that in another video as well. So most likely when we do the LED conversion on this car, we're probably going to address most everything that I'm telling you about right now. So what are we looking to do in this video? I don't even want to do it. Honestly, I've been procrastinating because I don't want to do this. This is a genuine, practically unobtainium headlight switch for the Prowler. Prowler headlight switch sits right there. You may notice that it doesn't look like it's in a great place to be changed out. You'd be right. You got to take the whole top of this off. Not only do you have to take the whole top off, but this whole center console thing, this whole center bezel comes out with it. I'm talking the whole top. All of this has to come off. And here's the beautiful part of this. Before you can get this off and take the nut off, there is a switch. There's a lever right here. And this lever has to come out. Well, you get that out by depressing this button. Okay, there's a little release, and when you push it and pull this at the same time, this piece comes out, and there's a bolt. You take it out, so it makes it loose. The problem is, do you guys have any idea how Mopar mounted this? They mounted it like this, right? Sure, they mounted it like this so that the button would be on the top. It'd be easy to get to. No, Mopar mounts it this way, right? Got the connector on top, which, by the way, clicks into place, so it should be fun getting that off. There's another connector down here on the bottom. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah, 2 little prongs on the bottom. Sure, that's going to be great. And to get the switch knob piece out, well, somehow you have to get to the button on the bottom, except they give you no room. You cannot get to it from underneath. That I've already watched videos and read through threads and threads and threads. You can't get to it from the bottom. You have to figure out a way of pushing the button from the top, and there is no room to get in there at all. So this is going to be phenomenal. This one piece has honestly kept me from being able to drive the car. I have no headlights when my parking lights are on. Again, you'll see that I have no headlights when the parking light, or no parking lights. Oh, hell, I have no parking lights now. Come on, so you gotta, come on, there we go, come on, there we go. All right, You can see we have parking lights now. Dash lights come on. Parking lights come on. Right? Now let's turn on the headlights. Headlights come on, and you would think maybe you can wiggle it, right? Or no. When the headlights are on, you have no parking lights at all. None. Nothing back here. Nothing at all. So I can't drive this because by the time it gets dark, I get to choose. Do I have headlights or do I have parking lights? Because you don't get both. So this switch has caused all the problems. This is not an easy switch to find online and get your hands on. And supposedly, this is an extremely difficult switch to replace. So yes, I have been procrastinating because I don't want to do this. So what's involved with taking this out? Well, your first step is probably going to be lowering the steering wheel, right? Give yourself as much room as possible. And then what tools are you going to need to tear this out? Because if you look, do you guys notice the lack of screws? There's no screws. There's nothing. So let me show you this very difficult way of removing the entire upper dashboard on this car. All right, let's try to do this another way, I guess. We'll kind of, there we go, both hands. Holy crap. Wow. Honestly, there we go. There we go. Okay, so there you go. No tools required other than your hands. You're gonna need 2 hands to do this. Aside from that, not that big of a deal. Now the rest of it, I don't know, man. I don't know. Here's another thing that I found broken on this car when I got it back. This is also new to me. Where is it? It's in here, I think. Yeah. This piece from my door panel was laying on the floor and all of the tabs are broken. So hopefully there's a part, there's a part number on this. I'm actually going to take this home with me and I'm going to try to find one that's not broken so I can get another one for it and put it back together. I haven't decided what I'm doing with this car yet, guys. I've had a lot of you tell me I should keep it. I own this car outright, okay? So I own it free and clear outright. It's still in my dealership name. I didn't put this in my personal name and I haven't decided which way to go with it. Maybe I'll keep it or maybe I'll sell it. I've got so many really fun and interesting cars right now. I honestly don't know what I want to do. Okay, next, the switch. There she is, sitting right here. Oh man, that looks fun. We should probably disconnect the battery, honestly. Wouldn't it be great if we could just spray some freaking cleaner in there? No, you know what? I already bought the switch. It's over. We already bought the switch. So somehow, I can get you guys in here so you can really see what I'm looking at here. This is all the room you get for the headlight switch right here. This is it. Now, once you get this giant connector out of the way, which I don't even know, is there a, yeah, so there's a clip over here that's got to come off. And then it looks like there's another one maybe over here on this side. See, I can't see. You guys are seeing better than I am right now. We've got to get this off. But once we get this off, we still have the issue of the button. The button is underneath right here to pull the switch out. The problem is with the windshield in the way, which is right here, you cannot get your fingers in there to push the button. You can't do it. It's not, there's no possible way. No possible way to do it. So what do we do? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find something L-shaped that I could like put down in here and get under it and pull up. But before we go any further, we've got to disconnect this battery because we're gonna short something out. We're playing with fire here, literally. Now, thankfully, the battery is super easy. It sits right there. And hell, it may already be loose. Really? It's not even tightened down. Okay, well, the positive is, What do we got going on? I see there's something going on with this wiring here, and I don't know. Okay, this is the wiring that Mako did. And again, like I told you guys, I'm not mad. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus here, but I'm just going to call things like I see it. All right, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. People are going to know what's going on, and I don't understand what happened here. This is really not good wiring. There's no loom. It's just electrical tape. So it looks like here's the original connector, and they've got electrical tape just everywhere. It's all, this is screwed down to here. We've got wires that are coming out of this loom, or it's not a loom, it's just a bunch of globbed up electrical tape. So it looks like they cut the factory wires somewhere under here. Yeah, right here they cut the factory wire harness. And then it goes into this like a ballast resistor or something, and then it runs out and it goes to this side. And then presumably there's another one that's got to come over here. What is going on? It goes into this harness, which runs down. I don't know what they did. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what they did here. So we've got a harness with a loom. This is factory that goes here. All right. I mean, it looks factory. And it goes right here. So all of this comes here, and then there's a connector right here. Then it runs into a harness that goes under the car, and I'm assuming it runs up over here, and this harness has 3 wires. I'm so lost as to what they did here. And then that runs into this, and that runs into this electrical tape over to this side that doesn't work. I don't know. That's quite frustrating, because I'm gonna have to go through and basically unwire, I guess, everything that's been wired up, and I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. Why does this not work? What's happening here? Anyway, I don't have time for that. We disconnected the battery. Let me sit here for a minute and try to figure out what my next step is to get this headlight switch out, because honestly, I'm sitting here and this looks like a serious pain in the backside, and I'm not really sure what we're going to do about it. So let me show you what I did. There's limited room to show you guys anything, but on this side, there's a clip. And then over here on this side, that's a clip. You have to kind of pull up on the harness until it comes loose, but then it's going to get stuck on those clips. At which point, when it finally kind of catches on those clips and it doesn't want to come up anymore, you take this and you get it up under one side, get it up at the bottom, and you pull it up, and it'll kind of detach, but the other side will be stuck. So then you do the same thing. You kind of get up under the other side and pop it up, and then it detaches. And at this point, you can move this wire harness back and kind of out of the way, at which point you're left with this. So the next big task here is to push the button that resides literally under here to get this was a stupid idea. And you don't even know where the button is. Like, this is all, you got to dig around with this. I found it. Wait. I found it. Oh, come on. Come on. No, I'm not going to be able to do it on camera. Did they round it? Is it rounded? It is. So this button on the bottom, you're looking at it, you probably can't even see. It's right here where my finger is. It's right here. This spring-loaded button, but it's rounded. It's domed. All right, they made it domed. So you can't even really get a tool. Like, I'm trying to get to it. I can feel it, but the tool slips off because it's domed. So we're gonna have to find something else that's a little more blunt and I can't believe it. Looking right at her. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude. No, I got you. Look at this. Well, hold on, because it sits like this. Because there's a plug on this side, you've got to get to it from the driver's side of the plug. You're not going to get to it from the other side, I don't think. And is there even enough room to get, oh my goodness. What a disaster. All right, let me give you guys some insight into what I'm working on here. I took this panel off the side, it pops off. I took the knee bolster panel off. It literally has 2 screws in it, guys. Let me show you where they are. One right there at the bottom, the other right there at the bottom. And once you get the 2 screws out of that knee bolster thing, you just grab it and you pull it forward, pops out. Here is my turn signal flasher, which I'm going to be replacing with an LED. There are 4 bolts, one here, 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 here. When you get those off, this comes out a little bit more. Not much, but a little. There's also 2 screws / bolts right there. All right. Get all this loose and this little clip here, and you can finally, get a little more, I don't know if you call it access. No, because you can't. I thought there was a hole here, and that once I opened it, I could get in there. I can't. I still can't. So doing this does no good. I cannot get to the button. I can't find it. I can't get to it. And you got to push the button hard. So you get it in here, you turn it straight, and then you find where it kind of bumps up against the headlight switch, and the button should be there. But look, you got to be careful, because do you see this? The windshield is right here. Guys, see where my finger is? I'm literally touching the windshield. That's how close it is. And if this goes up, let me tell you something about these windshields. These don't exist. All right, this windshield doesn't exist. There are some people out there that are starting to manufacture them, but if you can find one, they are $1,800. Let me tell you something. While you're sitting here pulling, if you hit that window and you break it, oh, your little switch here just cost you $1,800, and that's if you can even find. This is a stupid design. Not gonna lie, this is dumb. And while you're doing this, you gotta have your other hand pulling that switch. So I had to use my trusty old Teslong scope to get in here, and you could barely see it. If you look right here, the damn light, the reflection's so bright here. Right there is that button. You're looking at the headlight switch, and there's a tiny button right there, and you have to get to that. And you have to pull it up without smacking into the windshield, while at the same time pulling this switch out. And I'm telling you, man, everybody said this headlight switch was a nightmare, and now I know. And if you're wondering why don't I go through here, you can't. It's there. This is all part of the dashboard over here. You can't go through here. You got a fuse box over here, something over here, and then underneath the headlight switch is like this cover. So you have to get this just right to get this thing out. And I'm going to tell you right now, after about 20 minutes of screwing with this thing, I got it. Oh, 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 oh my goodness. Wow. Screw you, Dodge, for doing that. All right, then in here, you got like, looks like a Phillips. Looks like you go through here and just kind of, yeah, take this off. This should be a, oh boy, that's going to try to fall. That's going to fall behind the dash. Perfect. So if we can get back here, I could probably get my fingers on it. Yeah, good thing I pulled this out. We can take that out because you're going to need that. It's got a little, yeah, I don't know. Now, I think, oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And then we got this, whatever the hell's going on here. These two little wires. Come on. Oh, those don't want to come off. Okay, flathead screwdriver. We'll pop that off, and we can swap it out for a new one. Putting it back together, that's the easy part. It's getting that sucker out. What a pain for a freaking headlight switch. So here's the thing about this headlight switch. All right, it took me forever, and I ordered 3 of the wrong one before I finally found the right one. These are really difficult to find, and they're pretty damn difficult to get your hands on. All right. AutoZone will all day sell you 2 of the wrong ones. Amazon will sell you 10 of the wrong ones if you let them. This is what it should look like. This pattern is very distinct for this car. Okay, you should have a connector down here. You should have the button here. And it should look like that. So here's the new one. Okay, nice and shiny, ready to go. If you want to know the part number so that I can make your life a whole lot easier, okay, this is it right here. It is 0456 5321 AD. Okay, 0456 5321 AD. Good luck finding it, like I said, and you really need to go OEM. Okay, if you can find one of these, go OEM. I promise you, you won't regret it, because this one lasted an entire 28,000 miles. It's genuine Mopar quality. Installation in the reverse order of removal, except much easier. It's going to be very simple. Hook up your yellow and black wire first to this little connector right here. All right. Let's see if I can get you guys down here. Where the hell is it? Right there. Right there. There it is. All right. Goes this way. Just like this. I've got it upside down. Then push it until it clicks. And when it clicks, you're good to drop this thing back into the dashboard. Drop it back into its happy little home, and then try to line it up with this hole right here. This is fun. This is so fun. Once you get it, there it is. Once you get it lined up, can you even see that? There it is, right there. Get it lined. Dang it. Doing this with a camera makes my job 10 times harder. But there it is. Once you get it centered, take your fingers, pull this back, and shove that screw into the hole. Okay? Once the screw's in the hole, let this fall back. Take your screwdriver, go through the center, and then push the headlight assembly up to the screw, or the bolt. Then you can start tightening it with your screwdriver. And then, of course, once it gets to a certain point, you got to hold it by hand and finish tightening it down. Now, once you've gotten her nice and tightened down and everything's back where it needs to be, you can, right? Oh, don't tell me this is wrong. Wait a minute. No. This goes here, right? Right? Oh, dude, don't play with me. Don't play with me. There it is. Whew, I about got angry. Click. Make sure everything is good. And while you're in there, I mean, it doesn't hurt to look at the wires, make sure all the pins and everything are good. Mine are fine. Next, this is important. Before you decide to just go and throw this back in, there is a little, this little piece. So you want to make sure that goes on to your headlight switch, all right? And then find the hole. That would be all the way on. And you want to make sure, like, yeah. So I think this is where you want it. That looks good. And then once you push it, uh-oh. Son of a... There we go. Now it's in. Now, if you want, before you go... Now, remember, we still have to bolt all of this back. Everything is still very loose here. But if you want, before you go through the trouble of bolting everything back together again and finding out that it doesn't work, I highly recommend, after you're done messing with your wiring, come over here, get under your hood, hook your battery terminal back up. All right. And please work. It still doesn't work. Oh no. No, no, no. Come on. Are you serious right now? So it wasn't the headlight switch. It wasn't the headlight switch. It's the wiring they did. It's the wiring they did. You're kidding me. Woo! I'm mad. I'm real mad. See, I can get them to come on. Same thing as the other headlight switch. I gotta gently pull on it. Headlights come on, but then I've got no instrument lights. So I just did all this for absolutely nothing. I bought the switch. In fact, I bought two wrong switches, and then I got that switch. So I have bought 3 switches, and I just did all the work, change out this headlight switch, and it wasn't the switch. There's something else going on. Okay. Well, that's fun. That's exciting. Oh, the clip is broken on this, so that's nice. Yeah, the clip is broken on the connector. Let's disconnect that, because that looks like, I mean, that's all stuff that they, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. That didn't fix it. No. What's going on? I'm very confused here. Very, very, very confused as to what's going on here. Could it have something to do with this little thingy-majig that they've wired in here? I don't know. Let's take it off too. Just see if that changes anything. Okay, that one's disconnected too. But see, we still have whatever this thing here is wired in, and I have no idea what that is. No, that didn't fix it either. Well, I guess now we're going to start taking things apart and try to figure out what is going on. We have 3 10mm bolts that hold these side panels in place. So we're going to start by taking these off, and we'll pull this panel off, and there should be a fuse and relay panel behind here. I wish I knew what the hell was going on here. This is, oh, there's a screw missing. Look at this on the nose cone. Huh, okay. All right, well, let's focus on getting these off. I think, I've never done this before, but I think this panel comes out and pops off. 1, 2, 3, That's my impression of counting. This should just come out. I think, yeah, pulls up. Now we got to be very careful with this because I don't want to damage it. And here is what we were talking about. Ooh, what's going on with this fuse? It got bent. What is going on with that? That sucker it's bent way in there. Here's the light that didn't get put back in. So one of these relays goes to the headlight. Which one that is literally beyond me. We got some maxi fuses here. I could pull the voltmeter out and test those. The mini fuses, I think there's a blown one. There's a blown one right there, 15 amp. Uh-oh. That one's good, that one's good, that one's good, that one's good. They all look good, except for that one. That mini 15 amp there looks popped. Where is... I need some... Oh, man. Are you... All right, I'm calm. I'm calm, I promise I'm calm. This is just really frustrating. It's what I get, though. Honestly, it's what I get. I assumed that it was a faulty headlight switch. I should have, and I know better. I do. I know better. I should have started with the basics, which is fuses. Because remember, they had this car taken all apart. They've obviously done some wiring for these little LED nubs, and the most obvious thing, and and I'm being serious, I'm being honest with you guys, and a tad bit vulnerable. One of my issues is I have a hard time looking at the simple things first. I have a really nasty. Oh, this wasn't installed either. That's dangerous. That's a hot lead. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be covered. There we go. I have a problem with overcomplicating simple situations. Just being completely honest with you guys. Yeah, she's blown. I'm certain there was a cover that went over this too. There's no cover. So this is left open and exposed to the elements. Perfect. Well, what do you think the chances are that they use that on something like a Dodge Neon and it's going to be easy to find? I'm going to cross my fingers and really hope. Let's see, I've got so many fuses around here, guys. I just hope that I have... Was it a 15? What is this? Here's a 15. Is it good? It looks good. Probably came out of a flood car. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Let's plug it in. I have no idea what this goes to, but... What if... I don't think that went in straight. And you know what? This one's not in straight either. Oh, that's not even plugged in. That one's not... This one's not even connected to anything. It was in crooked. A 25? Oh, see that? That's plugged in. See how this one doesn't look plugged in? Because it's not. But now I can't get to it. There we go. These fuses are kind of difficult. Nope. Dang it. Ah, I thought I had it. What a pain in the arse. Isn't that how the English say it? A pain in the arse. This has to go in. There it is. There it is. All right. Hey! If you're wondering how I got the hood to stay up, I used an old vice grip trick. Ha! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! 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 Oh, that's a freaking win. That's a freaking win. Okay. All right. Calm down, Randy. It's okay. It's all right, man. I'm so happy. It sucks that I had to like tear into all of this to get it figured out. What if, hold on. Let's find out now if we hook all this stuff up. Oh, watch it. I hope it doesn't blow the fuse again. Well, at least we know what we're looking at and what we're looking for now, right? So let's plug this in and see. That one still doesn't light up. So there's still one problem solved and another one still to figure out. Let's plug this one in and see if this one comes back to life. Come on. Uh-oh. Am I plugging that in backwards? No, that's right. Seriously, what a pain in the backside. Okay, so that one lights up, but this one does not. So we've got... I don't want to dig into all this freaking wiring. What a mess. I'm going to have to. It's just all there is to it, which means I got to cut all of this to get in there and figure out what's going on. So my next question is, okay, these work. All right, so at least the turn signal portion of this works. It's the parking light feature that doesn't work on this. Everything else functions. It makes some funny noises. Hear it? It makes some real funny noises. Okay, let's put the key in it. Let's try the turn signals. It's getting better, guys. It's getting better, and I'm getting less aggravated. But I'm still kind of pissed off. I mean, this is a lot of work. I'm not joking with you. Like all of this and this is a lot of work. There we go. Yeah, still flashing too fast because we need an LED flasher for this. If we turn the headlights on, yeah, same difference. Still really fast. All right, we're making progress. Things are getting figured out. All of this work and that headlight switch, it didn't even need to be replaced. I'm actually very upset with myself. I'm upset with myself for that one. All right, so next trick is figuring out what is going on with this nub on this side. Is it a factory defect, or is there something else going on? I don't know how all of this is wired. There's some heat shrink around this that never got shrunk. I don't know what's going on there, but there's heat shrink over this, but it never got heat shrunk. Then we got, these wires are twisted. I mean, like really twisted up under here. I don't even know what this damn part is. It says Maxima. I don't know what that is. No. And I guess I'm just going to start cutting. That's the only thing I can think is I'm going to have to start cutting. This runs over here to whatever the hell this thing is. So this is what we're going to have to start with. Is there a connector that goes between these two? No. It just butt splices into this right here. Oh boy. When you start undoing gobs of electrical tape, which by the way is the most fun thing to, yeah. The most fun thing to do in the world, just getting sticky, I love it, man. When you start digging in, you start finding things, and this is why I don't like screwing with wiring, and I personally, I don't prefer people screw around with my wiring either, because when things go wrong, ultimately I get stuck with it. This is interesting. So I noticed there are 3 wires in these plugs, right? 3 wires in these plugs. We have 2 wires that are hooked up here. And if I get you down to take a closer look at them, these are heat shrinked, but they're not heat shrinked shut. So they're wide open. Like these didn't, somebody heat shrink them in the middle, but they didn't heat shrink the edges. Well, I took apart all of this electrical tape and look what I found. I found a wire that's never been connected to anything. It's just completely stripped. It was never stripped or anything, it's just cut. Well, it's funny though, because there's this black wire right here. I don't know where this goes either, but if you take a look, doesn't it look like that black wire and that yellow wire would like perfectly match up together if you wanted them to? I just wonder what would happen if we connect the black wire and the yellow wire. Well, maybe we get the parking light working on that side. Drop a comment below. What do you think? I'll tell you what I think. I think surely connecting black to yellow is going to work. Oh, this isn't even tight. The nose cone is, that one's tight, but this one, okay, I got to remember to tighten that down. Let's try this again. Damn it, still doesn't work. Ow, son of a biscuit. Yeah, I forgot that was there. Okay, so it still doesn't work on this side. Huh. Interesting. I sure wish I knew what all of this goes to. We've got, maybe it's a bad connection in here somewhere. I honestly don't know. I think we're going to take off these little heat shrinks right here and try to figure out what is going on with this one, because it looks to me like there's 3 wires. There's a yellow, a red, and a white going to this one over here. And there's going to be the same 3 wires coming from that one over here. As you can see right here, there's 3 wires that go into this. So somehow something is not wired right. I'm telling you guys, the more I dig in this, I'm I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm gonna lose it. And my LED light is deciding it's gonna die on me at the same time. So I'm having a bad day. I'm trying to stay calm and focused here, but I want to show you guys what's going on. Now, I here's the thing. When I sent my car to Mako, it didn't have these nubs. Okay, these didn't exist. We have fresh wiring that comes in from the nubs. And look what they did. Do you guys see this? This is burnt. There are exposed wires. I literally have this yellow wire sitting here. It's exposed. It's hooked up to nothing. Are you serious? Just an exposed wire? And then we have two burnt and melted wires right here. Oh boy. What else are we gonna find as we dig in a little deeper, huh? This is getting exciting. These are problems I didn't have before, okay? My parking lights worked, my headlights worked, everything worked. My turn signals worked, everything worked. And again, I'm just trying to stay calm. But like this car is not like, you know, it's not a Chevy Cobalt or a Dodge Neon. Okay, this is a pretty unique and relatively rare car, and it's worth a pretty decent amount of money. It's not worth a fortune, but it's worth some money. And to find wiring hacked like this, melted wires, exposed wires hanging under the hood of my car with gobs of electrical tape, no, that's not okay. I'm legitimately pissed about this. Now, I haven't even fully gotten this electrical tape off, but I already see exposed wiring. I do. I see wires just like hanging. Come on. There we go. Come on. Little piece at a time, man. You know, just... yeah, I see wires already hanging. Look at this. What is this? Another exposed wire just hanging out. Oh my goodness. You've got to be joking me, man. So we have this like black and yellow wire exposed, just hanging out there. We have a yellow wire here exposed, just hanging out there. And then we have the yellow wire here and the black wire here. I'm telling you guys, something. There's something going on here, man. What a fucking mess. Son of a bitch. Okay. All right, let me think. I swear the more I dig into this, the worse it gets. So whatever this thing is right here, I don't even know. I have no idea. Part number looks like that's 25 watts, 6 ohms is what that says. And I don't know what it is. Just a Maxima. This was just shoved under this bolt right here. I mean, just shoved under it and then torqued down on top of a bolt. So that's fine. Have no idea what that goes to. Then I was looking down here and I was like, okay, what else we got going on? Take a look at this broken piece of my grill. This is supposed to attach right here, okay? Right there, it's broken. The grill got painted, but this piece just got left, not epoxied, not fixed, and then just left this bracket completely loose. But that's okay, because if you come over to the other side, guess what? Same thing. You got the same thing. You got the grill not supported, this bracket just hanging loose, and the silver part that looks like it broke off and should have been epoxied back on, just just chilling, man. All this stuff just hanging. So that's nice. That's nice. So I think what I'm going to do, because I don't know what the hell is going. I don't know what's going on with all of this. This is a rat's nest. I'm going to cut this out. I can only assume that this is some kind of a resistor or something. 25 watts, 6. I don't understand the purpose of this. Therefore, I'm going to cut the whole damn thing out, and then we're just going to hook things up back to the harness that it came out of, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that everything's going to work the way it's supposed to. All right, so before I go any further, I cut whatever the hell this thing is out, okay? It's gone. This wire was just sitting, not connected to anything, the whole wire. One side was spliced, or cut, I mean, and the other side was not. I have no idea what that was supposed to go to. So here's what I did. I've disconnected everything. I've cleaned up the wiring. Looks a hell of a lot better. And if you look, we have one side working just like it's supposed to. Tail lights and everything seem to be on like they're supposed to be. Side marker lights are on. Great. Now we start working on this, okay? And in order to work on this, I had to cut this pigtail out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by their wiring because I didn't do any of this. Looks like we got black, goes to black. That's simple enough. And then we've got this, this green and white that goes to green and white. Now that's interesting. I'd love to know how they expect to make these turn signals work. Maybe that's what that little relay piece was for. Possibly. I'll bet that's what it was. Either that or the battery's dead. I don't think the battery's that dead. That's what it was. It was to make those flashers work. They won't work without it. Yeah. See, if I turn it on, and this one's all kinds of pissed off because I don't have anything hooked up to it. Yeah. Okay. Boy, I wish. I wish they didn't do this. I really wish they hadn't thrown all of this together and hacked up the wiring. It would have been better, honestly, to have not done anything. To have not drilled the holes, not installed the nubs, not hacked up the wiring and shoved whatever this thing is into it. This all would have been better if this had just, this particular part would have just been left alone. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting bored messing with this. I'm about done. Let's turn on the hazards. Let's see if things work. All right. Works. Hazards work. That's promising. Lights are flashing back there. Promising. Signals. Works. Other signal. Works. All right, we're making progress. Now let's see. The parking light does not work on this side. It just doesn't work. Well, that's interesting. What I'm wondering is there's a wire that they left disconnected on both sides, but somehow the parking light is working on this side, although it looks terribly dim. This wire in the middle here is your parking light. Same thing over here, left disconnected. This middle wire is your parking light. But then there's these yellow wires on both of these that aren't connected to anything. What do you think the chances are that maybe that yellow wire, because I already checked voltage, this one in the middle, this is, if I remember right anyway, that middle one is 12 volts. See, I'm getting confused here. Let's just double check this pin in the middle to make sure that this is on my voltmeter turned off. Come on, my freaking battery's dying on this. The car battery's dying. We've got ground here, and here I think we've got a solid. Yeah. So this wire in the middle, so I don't know where it's picking up voltage from to run that signal light, or that parking light. But the wire that's disconnected, right there, that's your parking light wire, guys, on both sides, not hooked up. So my question is this yellow wire possibly the parking light? I'm thinking it is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the wire. Excuse me. I'm going to hook the yellow wire up. Screw it. Worst thing's going to happen is I'm going to burn these little nubs up, and honestly, I'm to the point, I don't even care anymore. Now, if I'm wrong about this, we're about to blow something up. Are you kidding me? We have amber turn signals, and they're not hooked up? Okay, I think I understand why the middle one was disconnected then, right? All right. So the yellow wire activates an amber turn signal, which obviously you don't want that. So it seems like that light is defective. So again, this kind of sucks because I just went through all of this trying to fix that last light. And as it turns out, there's just something wrong with it. So if you hook up the middle light, you get a really nice amber turn signal. That's not what we need. So it's not gonna help us. As I expected earlier in the video, I did some research on this Maxima, and it is a load resistor, which is what I thought. The problem with load resistors is they create a lot of heat, and it's easier if you're going to put a load resistor on, and this was a dual one, so you could run 2 lights out of 1 load resistor, which is great, but you know what's easier? What's easier is just replacing the silly flasher module. That's all. 1 flasher module, and it sits right here. That blue relay, that is the flasher module. Super simple. You replace that module, fixes all the lights, so there's no hyper flash anymore. So we're getting close to figuring this out. I think what we definitely have figured out now is the wait a minute, did I hook this up wrong? No, it's the yellow wire. Got to disconnect. There we go. Disconnect the yellow wire, and you don't get that flashing anymore. So it looks like the only wires that we need to hook up, and I don't understand how, is black for ground. I've got black for ground hooked up over here. And then we've got the white wire, and somehow it manages to run parking lights and flashers. What I could do is I could disconnect my white wire here, just for fun, and see what happens. What if I touch these 2 wires together? What would happen then? Let's just find out. Hold on. If I touch these 2 wires together, can I make this? Get out of here. God dang it. This yellow wire is in my way. But if I touch the 2 other wires together, I wonder if we could make this. It does light up, but see, that would be the signal. We don't get a parking light when we hook those 2 up. It's too bright. So I could hook it directly to this one. Let's try that. Well, I'm finally going to call it a night, guys. I'm fed up, and I'm having the hardest time figuring this out. Something happened here. So what I noticed, remember we had an LED light in this side here, right? Remember that? And I thought, hey, maybe that LED light is screwing things up. I took it out because obviously LEDs draw very little power. I took the LED light out. This thing was super bright because LEDs don't require much juice to be bright. So I took it out thinking maybe it's interfering with things, and I plugged in an incandescent light, a 168 bulb, which is what this car calls for. Look how dim. That's barely lit at all. Then that reminded me. Let's go over here. Oh, that one is the incandescent that they left in here. That one is also exceptionally dim. I thought the bulb was going bad. I don't think so. There's something going on. The thing is, guys, this car didn't used to have these problems. All right, I've had this car for 6 months. This is not ever an issue. Blown fuses and hacked wiring, and we never had these problems with this car. So something is either pinched or there's a ground that's not connected somewhere. That's what this is acting like. These dim lights are acting like it's a bad ground. I removed the nub from here, and there's a little damage from where it was attached. I mean, you could probably plug that with something. I just don't know how we're going to fix this. That's the problem. I don't know how we're going to fix this. So here's what I found, and I'll let you guys go from here. If you hook it up to this one, nothing happens. If you hook it up to this one, you get a bright light. So that one should be the parking light, okay? But somehow they never had these hooked to a parking light. The parking light, they had snipped. So they had it hooked up to this one. This one is the turn signal. How that makes sense, I don't know. Now, if you take it over here and you hook it up to, guess what, the turn signal, Look. Look at that. If you hook it to the turn signal, it lights up. If you hook it to the other one, super bright, because that's the parking light. This is the turn signal. There's some kind of feedback going through here. The turn signal should not be active. We shouldn't be getting any power coming through the turn signal wire. So on the passenger side, we are getting power to the turn signal for some reason, and we should not be. There should not be power on that turn signal wire. On the other side, we don't have any at all. And then we've got these dim lights up here, both of them. So there's an issue with these front lights. If you go to the backs, everything in the back is fine. Parking lights, everything back here looks just like they're supposed to. They're nice and bright. No issues at all. So I'm at a loss. What I'm thinking, and this is the last thing that I really want to do. I'm so defeated tonight. I'm done. I was supposed to be out like enjoying this car, right? But I don't have working parking lights. I didn't have working headlights. The turn signals aren't working. I'm going to install that LED flasher module. I'm going to start replacing lights with LEDs. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's going to fix it. This light should have never been lit up, but somehow this one was, and that one wasn't. I'm at a loss, guys. So I think I'm going to leave you guys with the problem I'm having now. And let's just be very specific about this. When the headlights are off, the key is on. Okay? Signals, look at that. Nice and bright, right? Nice and bright. And of course, I have nothing connected up here. I have cut out these nubs just to see if we're going to make any progress without them. And we're not, unfortunately. Now we'll turn on the right signal. Nice and bright. Nothing up front. And that one that was so dim you could barely see it, now bright as day. These aren't dual filament bulbs. These are single filament bulbs, guys. So it's something not right there. Hazard lights. Both of them work. That works. So the reason they're flashing fast is because these front lights are no longer connected. Okay, and look, it's working. Okay, everything works great. Now, here's the kicker. You ready for this? Watch this. What did I do? If you thought that I turned the hazards off, you'd be wrong. That's the headlight switch. Turn the headlights on, nothing works. Hazards don't work anymore. Hazards should work regardless. Let's turn the hazards off. Signals? Yep. Yep. Now let's turn the headlights on. No. No. But if you... Nope. Left turn signal. Great. So what we have is we have working signals. Signals work great as long as the headlights are off. As soon as you turn the headlights on, you have no more signals. The signals die out. You get that weird dim light over here. And yes, before anybody asks, yes, I checked all of the fuses again. And then there's another fuse panel inside of here. I checked every fuse in there as well. All the fuses are good. So, my next thought was let's go to the bumperettes. Let's pull the OEM connectors out of them. And let's use those. Let's try those and see if that makes a difference. So I come over here to my bumperette. Lo and behold, somebody cut my connector out of it. They chopped it. There's no connector here anymore. So if somebody ever wanted to like put this thing back to stock or something, well, you're going to be missing some parts. You have to find that connector, which I'm sure isn't the hardest thing in the world, but got both of my lights. They're still here, but the connector's missing. Now this one still has its connector right there. So I could, if I really wanted to, I could chop this off and try using this. I'm not gonna do any more chopping. I feel like this whole thing's been chopped up enough. I didn't get anything done that I was supposed to get done out here tonight. None of this was supposed to happen. This was not part of my night. I was changing a headlight switch because I just knew that it was a headlight switch. I had no idea what had been done to my car. And here's the nubs. Somebody like sawed on them and cut them. So, I don't know. Here's the thing. If you take the light that used to go on this side, the one that the parking light never works on, and you put it over on the passenger side, parking light works. Parking light doesn't work over here. The thing is the parking light should not work. It's not supposed to work. They've got the parking lights hooked up to the turn signals, and somehow that one was working. It's basically wiring. Somebody did not know what they were doing. They got in here and something's messed up. I've already placed the headlight switch. Next, it leaves me wondering, could there be a problem with this? Is there something wrong with my multifunction switch? It's possible. It shouldn't be, because there wasn't nothing. This was not a problem. This was not a problem. And now it is. I don't know. All I know is that it's midnight. I have an hour drive home, and I got to get up tomorrow to do all of this again. At the end of the day, I need to get this figured out. I'm going to switch over the relay tomorrow, and with any luck, maybe a new flasher relay. I'm crossing my fingers that through all this messing with the wiring and burning wires and leaving exposed wires, maybe something in that flasher relay got fried. Please, because I don't want to have to do a multifunction switch on this. I really don't. This is money that I shouldn't have to spend. This is time that I shouldn't have to be doing this, because all of this stuff worked beforehand. So I guess with that, I'm gonna end this video. This was supposed to be a really simple, well, maybe not totally simple. All this was going to be was changing a headlight switch. That's what this was supposed to be, and it turned into, let's trace all of the mess and wiring and things that have transpired in here. I don't know. I started out like, oh, it's okay, everything's cool, you know. But now that I've dug in and we've got broken brackets, we've got melted wires, exposed wires hanging everywhere, and still never did figure out what the hell this was supposed to go to. Stripped on one end, not on the other. I stripped it. I ended up stripping the other, and I tried to use this as a bridge for a ground to the battery. I thought maybe we've got a ground issue. It's not a ground issue. Usually when you have a dim light like that, usually adding a ground directly back to the battery fixes the problem. It did not fix the problem, so it's not going to be a ground issue. But I used their wiring. This was inside of a loom, taped up, going to nothing. So I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, it's midnight. I was hoping I was wrong, but I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to relax. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back out here with a fresh set of eyes and hopefully a fresh attitude. And I'm going to try this again with my new parts. In the meantime, if any of you have any ideas on what happened to this, how this could have happened when it was fine before, please drop a comment down below. Be sure to tune in to the next video, and I'm going to cross my fingers that part 2 of this catastrophe, we get this issue resolved, we get it figured out, and hopefully everything starts working again. This is not what I need right now. I'm trying to prepare to, I've got big things happening, and I've got things to do that didn't involve doing this. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.